righteous, righteous. We declare glory, glory to the one who sits on the heaven, yes. We declare glory to God. You're the righteous God, oh Lord. Yeah. Sing how we love. I want to hear the voice of the congregation say, come on, we declare our love to Jesus, to the one who was and is to come. Yeah, yes. Oh, I will love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, God. Lord, we come before you, not before any man. I will love you, Lord, I will love you. Shall we sing of the goodness of God?
I love you, Lord.
I love your voice. You have led me through the fire. Oh, that I've been hurt like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. Oh, how I have been in the goodness of
All my life you have been
all my life you have been faithful. All my life, all my life. So good. With every breath that I am able, yes, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
Lord, we sing of your goodness. Thank you for January. Thank you for bringing us to the last Sunday in February. Thank you for your goodness. While men are saying there is a casting down, we are seeing your help. Thank you, Lord. Our light is shining brighter in the midst of darkness. Breathe upon your word this morning. Give direction, give answers, and let Jesus be glorified. Help somebody to make the right decision, and we vow to give you all the glory. In Jesus' mighty name. Please help me give your neighbor a high five. Say good morning. God, you are sitting beside me. Your life will never be the same. Hallelujah. Ask your neighbor, say, are you married? If he says yes and you are not married, you change seats. I'm talking now, you will not hear. So, we are looking at why am I still single? Look at them and say, why? I want you to know that there are things people do that give them an edge in life. And there are things people do that ruin their chances in life. There are actions today that have already spoiled your chances of tomorrow. Proverbs 19 verse 3. TLB, the Living Bible. If you have it, Proverbs 19 verse 3. If you have TLB, I'll be fine. The foolishness of man perverted his way, and his heart fretted against the Lord. Do you have TLB in your system? Does anybody have in your phone? There is a line I'm looking for in TLB. Okay, I say people have a habit of blaming God. Thank you. Let's read from TLB. Everybody read. A man may ruin his chances by his own foolishness, and they blame it on God. Why am I still single? You won't know it's your own foolishness that spoiled your chances of getting married, and you end up blaming God. It will not be your story. I say people have a habit of blaming God for the things that happen to them. But whatever happens to you in life, nobody should be blamed more than you. Hold yourself responsible. It will help you move life faster. Life is governed by cause and effects, choices and consequences. You are a product of your actions and your choices. Where you are now is a product of your past actions and your choices of yesterday. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19. Deuteronomy 30, 19. These are foundation I want you to think of. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So as powerful as God is, God doesn't choose for you. And God doesn't force his choice on you. He said choose life so that you and your children may live. So your choices of today affects your children. By the time our children arrive, they only arrive into the consequences of our actions of yesterday. You decided to join Obumi. You decided to join Vicky. You decided to join Buccaneers. You decided to go to one shrine and do whatever you want to do because you want to make money. By the time your children arrive, they only come into the consequences of the actions and the decisions you did yesterday. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Look at them and say, God will not force you to choose. And God will not force his choice on you. So if Adam brought monkey and called monkey wife, God would have confirmed it. But all the animals passed and Adam did not see wife. He named all the animals and didn't name any of the animal wife. God said, I will now make for you a suitable helpmeet. So you enter church and saw tiger and called tiger wife. God said, marry. You saw gorilla and called gorilla husband. God said, take. If you chose gorilla, marry. So don't enter into the marriage and start blaming God. It's your choice. Are we together? Okay. So let's get, because I have almost like 20. What I wrote down is 20 reasons why you are not married. And then in all I have 30. So I told Evening of Truth we are going to do 30 foolish things people do that make them not to be married. So let's see how many we can take today. Number 1, why am I not married? Unpreparedness and unreadiness to marry. You want to marry, are you ready? Marriage requires substantial amount of preparation. And those who benefit from life are those who are prepared for life. When you meet people that people say these guys are lucky, that guy is lucky, that brother is lucky, that sister is lucky. If you get close to the lucky people, you discover that the lucky people are the prepared people. They are not lucky by chance. So you cannot be planning to be a wife and you are not learning. I mean, if you are a brother sitting beside a sister, ask the sister, say, sister, tell me the truth. How many types of soup can you make? So you think you are going to be eating Indomie? Can you do a fan? A big icon? Your wife material. You can boil, cook Indomie, make tea. Is that food? You are not prepared. Somebody's son must find me one day. It will not be my son. Are you prepared? It takes adequate preparation to be ready to be a wife. Do you know the patience of a wife? Somebody say unpreparedness. So your mother cannot be in the kitchen and you're on WhatsApp. Can I cut soap for you? Let me know. Anyway, it used to work before. I don't know whether it still works now. But if you're a man that likes food, most likely you may target Ada to marry. Adas are the ones the mother force into the kitchen. Come and see what I'm doing. Come and learn what. So by the time Ada has grown, Ada has taken over kitchen. The remaining 2 girls, 3 girls, 4 girls, they don't bother so much about that because Ada is manning kitchen. So if anybody that can confirm what I'm saying, so if you are not an Ada now, you must put eye down to marry well. To learn. Because your mother may not be there to teach you, and if your arrogance doesn't allow you to learn from your Ada, you go to your husband's house without knowing how to cook. Are you people ready for me at all today? I came to when I start talking in the third service for the married people, turn down fire peoples. When I finish talking, protocol people take me inside and lock the door. Ask your neighbor, are you prepared? Proverbs 18:22. Proverbs 18:22. Whosoever findeth a babe, a chick, findeth what? A wife. Look at the neighbor and say, men are not looking for girls. They are looking for wife. So the way you are dressing, you are still a chick. You are not a wife. You are not ready to marry. Say it like a minute. So this one you are showing dress with handkerchief. It's just here. No wife dresses like that. You only attract boys. Real men don't look at waist. They look at content, not container. When you open your mouth, what is coming? So see all your attention on packaging your container. You only attract playboys, not men. He that findeth a wife is not somebody that has married. This person is still single, but as a single person, she be wife material. So if I am single and I am ready to marry, I need to ask myself, how does wives behave? How does wives talk? How does wives dress? And I need to start packaging like that. You'll be off the market very fast. But the way you are packaging, you attract chewing gum boys. Are you prepared? Be prepared. Be ready. Most of you are positioning for the wrong crowd. Adults have a style of dressing. Children have a style of dressing. You are dressing like a child. Nobody has ever told you the truth. You claim you are ready, but you are not ready. Let me talk to the men. Men, are you ready? Prepare to be a husband. Dear sister, Bia doesn't make a man a man. You can be a he-goat. Baritone voice doesn't make him immature. How are you, baby? How are you? He is a child. How do you prepare to be a husband? Start practicing responsibility as a young man. I've said to you in this church that the spelling of man, if you want to spell man, is RESPONSIBILOITY. The spelling of man is responsibility. So as a saint, listen to me now. Any young man now that doesn't have somebody is feeding is not ready to marry. Any young person now that you are 28, you have not started paying house rent, even if it's one room, you are not ready to marry. You must start taking responsibility early. 21, 22, 23. Leave your father's house. This young brother knows when I was growing up, I was living in my cousin's house in prefab alone. Since 19, I've not gone home. Some brothers used to stay with me eating bread. I'm thinking of the people living with me. So if I get money, my first thing is not let me shop. It's not let me recharge my phone. I know I have 2 persons in the house that need to eat. So I buy bread. How do you become a man? Number 1, make a decision for Jesus. No man can be a real man that doesn't follow the model man. The model man is Christ. Wise men still seek Jesus. Anybody you are in a relationship with now that is not born again, don't be surprised. He will do you something. The nature of his father, Satan, the devil, doesn't do good. You must be born again. Number 2, how do you know you are a man or you are becoming a man? Leave your father and your mother's house. You can't be living in your father and mother's house and be pursuing a woman. If you are a lady now, they are pursuing you, asking, where is your house? Did you build it or did you rent it? Don't be sporting with somebody and be chiking a girl. And most of you girls don't have value for yourself. They borrow key to sleep with you in neighbor's house. He doesn't have house. Ask him, did you build it or did you rent it? Because until you leave, you can't leave. Number 3, how do you know you are becoming a man? Take care of yourself with your own money. Take care of yourself with your own. Sleep in a house you paid for with your own money. Feed yourself. If you can't feed yourself, how do you feed others? You want your wife to be feeding you? Many boys of today are looking for solid girls to marry with good job so that they can feed them. I can't marry any girl that is not doing anything. What is she bringing to the table? Do you have table first? If she comes to your house, is there table? Am I talking at all? That is a lazy man's language. I was in a meeting with my wife and a question time, somebody raised his hand and said, how do we share responsibility? Financial. I said, stop that. You have not married. They are talking about sharing finance. Are you okay? Are you planning to be poor? A man is a provider. That's the real meaning of man. Source and sustainer. You are the source. You are the giver of life. You have not married again. Our wedding budget will share 50-50. Answer her surname. She's ready to pay the budget. Change name. You are not a man. Men take responsibility. Grow up in responsibility. Number 4, how do you know you are becoming a man? Develop yourself. Develop how you talk. Develop your emotional strength. That's why if something happened in the house and your in-laws, maybe something happened bad, maybe mother-in-law died, your father-in-law will not call your wife directly. Your father-in-law will call you because you are the man. They believe you can take the shock and know how to pass it down to your wife. They say, hey, Ojuku Alpha. Yes. Man, your wife is not the one consoling you. Don't cry. Number one is what? Why am I not married? Number one is unpreparedness. Under unpreparedness, I'm talking about how a man can become prepared. So number two now is poor spiritual life. Why am I not married? Poor spiritual life. As you move on in life, endeavor to build your spiritual life. There are things that you meet in life that are not physical. There are problems that have spiritual root. Why you are not married may have a spiritual root. This person married 37, this person married 39, and you are 30 now. Boy, wake up. Build your spiritual life to the point that you can swallow the negativity in your father's house. That no matter what evil exists in your father's house, my neighbor generator, small generator, and as a single person, it was enough to charge your phone. It was enough to on one fan in your room and maybe one television. And then you now went and carried wife to marry, and your wife came with a deep freezer to be chilling her soup, but you didn't change generator capacity. So she plugs her deep freezer, you on the light, you have everything in your life is shutting down. You say, married